Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. In our last video we showed you how to add Font Awesome to your Divi WordPress theme. It's pretty easy, but to get some good editing going on it, we really need to add some CSS classes or give our divs some classes so that we can add some custom CSS to them. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back into the page. I'm going to take our color CSS away from this and we'll start from scratch. So here's what we did last time. And in the text tab, we added our color. So I'm going to just take that color away so it's back to the default of just having the text align center. And I'm also going to give it a class of font A. And I'm going to give that to all of our little boxes here. Let's go back in this one and get rid of that color again. And give it its class. For those of you that don't know much about CSS, giving a div a class means that we can target it and select it for some custom CSS, which is what we will do in one moment. Let's get rid of that and give this one a class as well. Now if we look at this, we've got the class of font A. Well, let's do it with the inspector. It'll be easy to see. Let's update that. And preview our changes. Now these have reverted back to the default color that they were. Now let's just inspect using Google Chrome here. I'm just going to right click and inspect, or you can hit F12. And there we are. Now we've created the div of font A. If we go up here and select the whole module, if we go across, we can see we've written font A. That's our div class there. If we go down a couple, here's our font awesome icon, and it's got the class of I. So it's icon class. So what we want to do is we want to target font A I to be able to give this some custom CSS. So let's go, I'll shut this inspector, let's go to our Divi theme options. Down to the bottom, that's presuming we're on the general tab. Down to the bottom, here's our custom CSS box. I've already got a bunch of junk in there from stuff that I've done before. Let's just start at the top. Normally I'd sort of do it in a chronological or an order that pertains to the site here. Give it a title, // Makes it easier to find things later on when we've got hundreds of lines of code. Font awesome. Okay, drop down a couple. Okay, so we want to write .font A, which was our div class, and we want to target the I for the icons. And we'll open and close some curly brackets. Give them a bit of space in between. And let's give it the color of blue, or that color blue that we've been using, which was that, and a semicolon on the end. Let's give it a little bit of space there. Okay, let's save that and see if it's worked for us. It should have done. Font awesome, or font A, and the I class. Here's our page. There's our font A div. And there's our I class for icons, our actual font awesome. Let's refresh and hopefully those should turn dark blue. There we go, just what I wanted. Right, let's add a bit more CSS now. We know that's gonna work. Okay, let's give them some text shadow. So and a color of dark gray. Get our inspector out of the way now. There we go. It's giving them a little text shadow. Let's give them a little more space between the font and the writing there. Let's give them a margin bottom, say 25 pixels. Let's make it 30 pixels. Save that. Yep, let's push that down nicely. Wonder if we can give them a border. If they're square, let's just select one of them. They look to be square. So let's give them a border radius and give them a nice couple pixel round circle at the bottom there. Let's give them a border. Solid. Bit of space there. Let's make it 2 pixels solid. And same color as we've used up here. And we don't want it, if we leave it like that, it's just going to be a box. So I'll just show you. It's not really what I want. We want to make it rounded. So what we want to do, we want to give it some padding to give it some space in between there, and we want to make it rounded. So what we'll do is just give it a single padding attribute, which will give it all round. And let's just give it 10 pixels, probably do it. I could have done this in the inspector. I should have done that way. 10 pixels and a border radius of 50%, which will make it into a circle. Okay, semicolon. That should now be a circle, and they should have some space between our padding there. Save changes. Back to our site, and let's refresh. There we go. That's not work because that's not these two here are not square. That one's square, so it's made a nice circle. So let's take that away because that's not going to work. We could put individual padding on them all, but let's just not do that. So cut our losses, put it back to how it was. Actually, if I just put those back in there just to show you what I was trying to achieve, let's make that 30 pixels. And let's make that border 4 pixels. just to show you what I was trying to achieve there. I was hoping they were all square, but they're not, and this really only works when it's square. That is the sort of effect that I wanted there. That's what I was going for, but it doesn't work here. I guess we could adjust the padding on these two, but we'd have to target them individually, which would mean giving these a different class. But that's what I was going for there, but it's not going to work. We can even give it a box shadow the same as this here to give that circle a box shadow as well. I hope I'm not wasting your time here. For those of you who don't know anything about CSS, at least this will show you some of the possibilities. But like I say, I'm going to take most of that away in a minute, and we'll do a little hover effect. There we go. Now we've got the same shadow on the actual circle as we do on the icon itself. But let's get rid of that. Just wasting a bit of your time there. Sorry about that. I hope that was going to work, but it didn't. So padding, blah blah blah. We can get rid of that. Back to how it was. And now just we'll put a hover effect on there. Something simple. Hello. Border. We've got to get rid of the border. What do we want it to do when we hover on it? We just want it to change color maybe? Let's get it to just change red. How's that? Something simple. So I'll just copy this. Put it down below. Bit of space. After the I, and this is really important, colon, no space. Repeat after me. No space. I always say that, but it is really important. I've just put a space in there. Hover. H-O-V-E-R. So it's colon, no space, and hover. And I'm just going to do this real quick because I've wasted your time enough already. We'll make that red. Let's make our shadow a little bit bigger. Say 15. 8. And our margin bottom we'll keep that exactly the same. Okay, quick save. Back to our site, refresh. I mean, they're going to stay the same. Let's close the inspector out. Now when I hover over them, hopefully they'll change red and that shadow should expand a bit. There we go. That shadow's grown and it's changed red. And you can do all kind of things with hover effect if you want to. So there you have it. There's how to use some custom CSS with our Font Awesome icons. I hope that's been useful to you. If it has, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, take one of our courses below. We have some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. And we've also got some great free courses down there. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.